Hey guys, I filmed an intro, somehow lost that intro. Now I'm out here filming a new intro. And the intro is to finally dynoing my Turbo Le Mans. Um, so basically, a couple days ago, I dropped the car off to get dynoed. Now, the way the tuner prefers to work is he doesn't like guys hovering over top of him when he's doing his thing. And I understand that and I want to respect that. So I left the car with him. He did his thing. He checked over the car for problems, found a few minor issues, dealt with it, did a bunch of pulls. He's got the car straightened out. So now he's called me and said, hey, come on over. We're going to do some pulls. You can see what it makes and we can go from there. So now we're going to skip back to me driving there. Now the guy I have tuning this car, his name's Mike, and he called me and he goes, for the most part everything was good. The main problem they were having, and like I said, there's always bound to be problems. It was somewhat minor, but there was a ton of vacuum leaks. Now I tried to do the best I could. I guess some of the hoses I was using, the diameter might have been a little too big, so they weren't that tight on a lot of the fittings. So they had a hard time. They put on a dyno, and the best they could make was about, they had a hard time making more than about 6 or 7 pounds. No matter how hard they tried, they'd turn it up, and about 7 pounds was the best they could do. And that was about all I saw too. When I drove the car, when I had my laptop hooked up, it was about 6 pounds. So they took care of, they spent some time, went through it all, fixed all the vacuum leaks. There was one of the blow-off valves, the fitting was leaking a lot of air, so they fixed that, and then they were able to turn it up. So when we get there, they already have it set a little higher. He told me that they had it at 16 pounds. So that's probably what we're going to see, is we're going to see them spin it at 16 pounds or so. But I mean, it didn't scatter all over the floor, so it's good news all around. But unfortunately, today is a miserable day out. And as much as I want to drive this car today and feel everything it's got, it's just not going to happen today. We might end up loading it up into his enclosed trailer and just bringing it home. But I've been looking forward to this for a long time, and I can't wait to hear it, see it, experience it. So we're almost there. So like I said, we had some vacuum leaks he had to fix. Got the mat sensor up there. Got a line routed around here just to fix some of the vacuum leaks because it was bad. But yeah, he's just on the warm up now. We're about to do a pull. This was the source of one of the major vacuum leaks. It's hard to tell on camera. This side is ground on an angle. You see from down there. So when the bolt went through, look at that taper on the bottom. Look at that taper. There was no way that thing was sealing. And that weird fitting was the one that was on the top of the blow-off valves here, which the shop here, they took it off and they just put a straight fitting coming out and put a new vacuum line on it to get rid of that other style. Basically, it's like a banjo bolt style. So we've just gotten rid of that. It came straight out. So it says it was making about 3 pounds of boost because it was leaking so much air out of that fitting. Yeah, he's got the dyno fluid now. Yeah, the first run he did on here, it made 300 wheel horsepower, and that was on 3 pounds of boost. before.
Stuck in there.
Can't get out? We're gonna make one more pull. So violent. So the boys at All One Auto are all right. Crappy weather, they deliver. Exciting experience. Yeah, I've got some work to do. I've got to clean up my vacuum lines. I've got to put a smaller diameter vacuum line on just to make it fit a little tighter. But overall, this was awesome. Like, I wish I could have videoed more of the whole dyno session, but I mean, they did like 13 dyno pulls before I even got there. And it was just them working through the issues and stuff like that, which were minor. Most of it had to do with the vacuum. But yeah, he did a couple rips. So what they did was they had turned it up and got the max horsepower, which was, he printed it off. It's kind of hard to see, it's a small print, but it'll focus. Yeah, it's not gonna focus. Anyway, 559 horse, 462 torque. And once he achieved the high horsepower number, he dialed it back a bit. He took some of the timing out. So it's he had it at, I think, 18 degrees of timing, 16 pounds of boost, and he wound it back a little bit. I took a few degrees out. So that's why when it was on the dyno that you saw in the video here, he only hit about 426, or sorry, 526, just because he took a few degrees of timing out just to play it safe. But he goes, I'll be able to load it more on the street, so I might see actually a little bit more, like maybe 18 pounds of boost, but we'll see. I'm happy with where it's at, and yeah, I mean, it's exciting. It didn't blow up, so I mean, we'll take her to the track next year, but up here, you know, it's already, you know, we're in Canada, it's already getting cold. We've already had some snow, so we're not going to see the track this year with it. So hopefully in the spring we'll get out. But this car will be going through a bit of a makeover. This car will look different come the spring. And I don't know how different yet. but it will be getting a makeover. I don't know if I'm leaving it the flat black look. I might be going a gloss black. I might be doing something completely different, but it will look different. But as for this, that's it for this video. And oh, I am relieved and excited. You can't, I don't know if you could tell in the video, but when that thing was screaming, he only hit 6,200 RPM. He could have went higher, but we just played it safe. It sounded so violent. It was scary. Like I actually had to stand back, and like it was intense. It was intense, but I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's done. So moving forward, let's make this thing look nice. But other than that, that's it. Enjoy your day.